Okay, let's start. Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, madam. Okay, very quickly, I'll be here for 15 minutes. I would like to spend more time doing live demonstration. So I will actually have a network attached storage, a NAS running, and I will install the CHR in the NAS to show you how easy and how fast it is. Okay, and also what are the uses you can do with the CHR in a NAS. Okay, I have my staff here, Min. He will help me translate from English to Vietnamese. Okay?
Xin chào mọi người.
Go ahead.
Đầu tiên là lời chào từ ông Jason tới tất cả mọi người có mặt tại ngày hôm nay. Cái ID hôm nay mang tới chắc là Jason muốn cài cái CHR, tức là cái router OS ở trên cái hệ thống ảo hóa của NAS Synology.
Okay, very briefly and very quickly. Okay, I'm a MikroTik trainer, all right, and also at the same time, I'm also a Synology enthusiast. So I've been playing around with Synology since 2012. All right, so I know everything about Synology, and so I just got my trainer certification recently. Okay, so very quickly, the agenda for today, as you can see, it will be CHR in general. What is CHR? What exactly is CHR? Okay, CHR setup in a NAS. Okay, different methods to add the CHR into a NAS, connections, usage, and then last but not least, question Q&A.
Cái phần present mình đi rất là nhanh thôi để mình vào trong phần demo thì ở đây mình có 6 cái nội dung. Thứ nhất là cái CHR là cái gì, thứ hai là cái phần mà install cái CHR vào trong hệ thống NAS Synology, thứ ba là những cái phương thức khác nhau để mình có thể cài đặt cái CHR trên NAS Synology. Tiếp tới là cái phần connection, những cái ứng dụng và cái phần Q&A.
Okay, if you ask question during the Q&A, we will give you a small little gift from Synology.
Ở đây có sẵn một món quà nhỏ cho tất cả anh em nào mà có một cái câu hỏi cho cái phần trình bày của Jason. Okay.
Yeah, we will give you a small little NAS. Okay, so just prepare yourself with questions, and then we will definitely give it to you. Okay, so first thing first. Okay, CHR in a nutshell. Okay, there are some important information with regards to CHR. Okay, it's a router OS version, which is a full working router for OS, okay, and it's working on the x86 64-bit architecture, which runs, of course, on various hypervisor. Okay, so what are the hypervisors that you can run in? VMware, Hyper-V, VirtualBox. Okay, so these are some of the hypervisors that you can work with. All right, and you can have a full router OS feature enabled by default. Okay, so of course there are different licensing models for the CHR.
CHR là cái viết tắt của Cloud Hosted Router. Thì đây là một cái phiên bản của router OS được thiết kế để chạy trên cái nền ảo hóa. Thì nó hỗ trợ cái kiến trúc x86 64 bit và có thể sử dụng cho nhiều cái nền tảng ảo hóa như VMware, Hyper-V, VirtualBox, KVM và một vài cái thương hiệu khác. Thì đối với cái router OS thì chúng ta có thể có tất cả những cái tính năng của router OS được enable trên này trên cái hệ thống CHR, và cái phần licensing thì nó khá là khác với các cái version router OS khác.
Okay, so what are the licensing model for CHR? All right, there is a free version, okay, but it's limited up to 1 megabit. All right, then the next one will be the P1, which is limited to 1 GB upload per interface. Okay, so the price is $45. Okay, so the licensing is $45 for P1, which gives you an upload performance of up to 1 GB per interface. All right, and you have P10, which is limited to 10 gigabit per upload per interface. It costs $95. All right, the maximum that you can go, which is the P Unlimited, which has unlimited upload. Okay, it is $250.
Licensing chúng ta sẽ có 4 package. Thứ nhất là cái free thì cái limit, cái speed nó chỉ tới có 1 megabit. Thứ hai là cái gói P1 thì limit tới 1 gigabit upload. Cái gói thứ ba là gói P10 thì limit tới 10 gigabit trên đường upload, và thứ tư là gói P Unlimited, unlimited trên cái đường upload.
Okay, very important thing to note that it is based on the upload per interface. Okay, so make sure that you know when you're buying the licensing, you're buying the correct licensing. Okay. All right, so in terms of this image, okay, so you can actually do it through the raw disk image. Okay, so it's an image file. all the files are free to download. Okay, so all are free to download. If you are installing it for the first time, you only get the free license, which is limited to 1 megabit. All right. So basically, you have also the VM version, the Hyper-V, and also the VirtualBox.
Ở đây chúng ta có những cái disk image đã có available sẵn ở trên trang của MikroTik để download miễn phí. Thì đây chúng ta thấy là có phần raw disk image, có những cái định dạng file để chúng ta lựa chọn.
Okay, so installation of the CHR. All right. So today we are using the brand of Synology. Okay. Of course, you can use any brand of NAS which can support the installation of VM. Okay. So for me right now, I'm very familiar with Synology, so I'm using Synology. Okay. In Synology, there is a free application called the Virtual Machine Manager. Okay. It's license free. Okay. You don't need to pay any license for it. Okay. It's free. Okay. And the unit I'm using today on the table, okay, is a DS1618. Okay, it's a 6-bay model. Okay, and you can expand up to 16 bay, and it has 4 LAN ports behind. Okay.
Chúng ta sẽ tới phần cài đặt CHR ở trên NAS. Thì tất cả những cái hệ thống NAS nào có hỗ trợ xài Virtual Machine đều có thể sử dụng được. Do Jason thì rất familiar với thiết bị NAS của Synology. Thì bữa nay Jason sẽ demo ở trên NAS của Synology, và cái thiết bị hôm nay là DS 1618 cộng, và cái Virtual Machine Manager trên Synology là phần mềm miễn phí.
Okay, so right now I'm gonna jump into the live demonstration. Okay, so we're gonna look for the NAS within the network, and we will start to run and install an instance of the router OS in the NAS itself. Okay.
Tiếp theo Jason sẽ chọn vào thiết bị NAS và sẽ làm live demo trực tiếp.
So what I'm doing now is I'm searching for the NAS, okay, in the system, and right now I'm going to connect. And I'm going to log into the NAS. Okay, sorry. So after I log in, I'm going to run the app for the virtual machine. And running the app, you can see that we have actually installed 4 virtual machines inside here. Okay, so there are actually 4 different router OS running installed inside the machine itself. Okay, so right now I'm going to start to do an installation. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to import. Okay. I'm going to go create, okay, and I'm going to import, and I'm going to select the OVA from the base station itself, okay, so I'm using 6.43.8, okay, and we select, and we just click next, okay. Within 5 clicks, we can set up a router OS, okay, so we just click to select where we want to store the image. Okay, which storage we're going to use. Then give it a name. So this is going to be my 4th. Okay. And I'm just going to use 1 CPU with only 128 megabytes of RAM. Okay. It takes very little memory to run it, and followed by next. Okay. And it only takes 10 GB of space from your NAS, okay? And we're going to use the default VM network. Everything is default. We're going to allow and click next. And power on the machine once it's done. Power on the VM after it's done. Meanwhile, what we have to do is we can power up one of the previously installed VM, okay? And we can run it, okay? So right now I'm powering it up. Okay, as I'm powering it up, how do we connect to the router OS? Okay, there's several ways to connect to the OS. Okay, sorry, I need to let Min talk about.
You should go ahead.
Huh?
You should go ahead because it's step by step.
Okay, so one of the ways is you can connect through terminal, okay? So you get terminal, all right? So you get a CLR, and you can start to run it, okay? Sorry. Okay, so then you get terminal, and you can start to configure the NAS basically based on the interface, all right? You're basically using the virtual interface, okay? And the other way around is you can use Winbox. Okay, the other way around is you can use Winbox to find, okay, to look for your neighbors, and it will show you based on the MAC ID, MAC address, okay, to show you what are the various router OS that you have running, okay. So in my case, okay, how do I use this kind of solution? Okay, one of the ways that I use it is I use it during training, okay. So during training, do you need to translate? You want to ask them, is that okay? Okay. So during training, I will run a NAS box, okay? And I will put, okay, depending if maybe I have 4 students or 6 students, okay? So I'll get them to connect, okay? And connect to the router OS here, okay? Instead of giving them a new router for each person, okay? So I get them to connect to here and basically use it, okay? So what they can do is they will connect, and I'll tell them, okay, you are connecting to 6C, okay? 6E3C, and just press connect. Okay, sorry. Okay? And there, it's done, okay? So the student or the user or the administrator will have access to that particular router OS, VM, okay? And you can have full function. You can do everything and configure everything. You can become an application load balancer. You can basically sell services of the NAS, all right? Okay, so that's the demonstration, okay? A very quick one, okay? So now let's move on to the methods, okay? So as I've mentioned and showed you earlier, we are using import, okay? Another way is, of course, you can create and use a hypervisor, and on top of that, put it on top of the hypervisor, okay? So that's the import way. And basically what we have done is we have done the importation, okay? And we have specified what is the CPU and what's the memory, followed by the amount of disk space that you need for the router OS, okay? Now, upon completion, you can check and you can see, okay? You basically have 1 VM or however many VMs that you can create with the NAS, okay? If you have a better NAS, you can create up to 5 or even 6 different VM instances, okay? And after connection, okay, you can go in and you can double check. You can go in and use by system, by license, and you can print and you can check if your level of license, okay? For the CHR licensing, you have to purchase it through your MikroTik account, okay? So it is linked to your MikroTik account, all right? No, okay. All right, so another thing is, as you can see here, you've got to make sure that you are on the correct architecture, x86, okay? So the NAS that you buy, okay, or you're gonna use, has to be on the x86 64-bit, okay? And to make sure that it has sufficient RAM, okay, and is able to run the many instances of router OS that you may have installed, okay? So some of the usage, okay, you can have a NAS with a routing function, okay, where you can do applications. So you can actually run web applications. You can actually even do load balancing, okay? So indirectly, you have the full storage, the full function of the NAS with a router OS in it, okay? And of course, you can also have multiple routers set up using VM on the NAS, all right? And for conducting classes, like I mentioned earlier, okay? So it's very useful for if you are running a lab, Okay, so for example, you need to run a test lab. Okay, you can use one single NAS, okay, to run multiple instances of router OS and do a simulation. Okay.
Cái phần vừa rồi đi khá nhanh, nhưng mà trong cái slide cái slide này thì nó có gom lại cái phần ứng dụng trong cái trường hợp này. Thì ở đây khi mà chúng ta sử dụng cái CHR để cài trên thiết bị NAS, chúng ta sẽ có một cái router ở trên một cái storage NAS. Thì ngoài cái tính năng router, chúng ta sẽ có tất cả những tính năng khác của một cái thiết bị NAS, như thiết bị NAS Synology chẳng hạn. Ở trong đó chúng ta có thể làm mail, video server, storage, backup server, surveillance, anything ở trên đó. Ở đây thì cũng nhấn mạnh một cái điểm nữa, với thiết bị NAS đó chúng ta có thể có multiple, tức là nhiều cái router chạy trên một cái thiết bị NAS đó. Và một cái điểm nữa mà Jason có nhắc trong cái phần một demo, tức là có thể sử dụng cái cách làm này để trong những cái trường hợp mình training thì mình có thể sử dụng cái này để ứng dụng đưa xuống cho nhiều student của mình ở phía dưới. Ngoài cái thay cho cái việc của mình đưa cho họ những cái mà thiết bị phần cứng của MikroTik.
Okay. So that's the end of my presentation. Very quickly, all right. Anybody have any questions? Oh, that's very fast. Hello. David. Mike. You got microphone? That will be yeah. You can. That will be a P1 license. Yeah, you can use that. That will be a P1 license. Hey, hello. Where's the gift? 1 minute. 1 minute. I got to make sure that he gets his gift.
Hello.
Yes.
I also ask a question. There
Sure.
is a mesh switching in this technology.
You can ask in Vietnamese.
Sorry, no.
You can ask in whatever. Okay.
So,
Yeah, you can ask in English.
Okay. There is a switching in this technology because I would like to connect HP and other.
Yes, you can connect actually to each physical interface.
So
Okay.
because I don't want to pass to the router to connect EPN. So there is the switching in this technology?
Yes, there is switching, so you can control through the user interface on the network port.
Yes, I know, but I want to let you know there's a switching in this system, in this technology. Switching, because our one VM to another VM, pass to the just to the router, right? So I don't want to pass the traffic to the router. Directly connect the VM each other. So it's a switching. So there's a switching in this router.
Yes, there is. You can actually assign individual physical port to individual static IP numbers.
So if I want to connect the one VM to another VM, so I need to pass to the router, physical router, right? So
no, okay, so for example, earlier I have 4 different VMs.
Yes.
Okay, so
yes.
VM2 wants to talk to VM3.
Yes, so I don't want to pass the router directly connect to the 2 and 3, VM3 and 2 and 3, not pass to the router. So
is it possible?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're asking if it's possible. Yes, it's possible.
It's possible.
Yes, it's possible.
So if we down the router or anything, so we can pass.
You don't need to have another physical router.
Okay.
Because everything is inside the box.
Okay, so I don't need to route the.
No need. So that's the reason why I'm trying to tell you guys to make more money from MikroTik, okay? To try and make more money, not only just to sell hardware, but also to sell services, okay? So the idea is to get one box and make it into your infrastructure, and you sell infrastructure as a service. You understand? So you can also help your customers offload, okay, even to do application load balancing on the NAS itself. You get it?
Okay, thank you. Thanks so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Hang on. Give him the free gift. I have three more.
I have actually 3 questions.
3, but I'll only give you 1 gift, okay?
Yeah. First question is about the hardware IPsec offload. If this NAS can do a hardware IPsec encryption. The second question is it possible to pass VLANs? So can I use VLAN features of router OS on this NAS? And another question is it possible to pass through USB LTE modem or USB Ethernet or as the USB Wi-Fi? So extended interface.
The WANs.
External
External
USB
WANs, yeah.
interfaces or PCI interfaces to pass through to this to my router OS virtual machine. So that's
Okay.
3 more questions.
Let me repeat the first question. Hang on. Pause. I may need him to hold on to the mic. So the first question is basically
IPsec
IPsec hardware. Okay.
Yes.
So for this, I can straight away tell you no. Okay. You can't do hardware IPsec. Okay. Because it itself, you just can't do it. All right.
The CPU is limited.
Yes, it's due to the limitation of the depending, because I'm using a mid-range NAS. Okay, but
and
if
on
I'm
top
using
range,
the if you're talking about the top of the line,
yes,
25,000 unit, okay,
okay,
it may be possible.
okay,
Okay, may be possible. Now, second question is to pass through on the VLAN.
yes,
Okay, so I have not really tried it, okay, but it should work, okay? On video right now on YouTube, I'll tell you that it should work.
okay,
Okay, for the third question, because there's 2 USB ports, okay, and the recognition of the USB modem, okay, as you connect into the USB port, not all LTE modems or 3G or 4G modems are recognized by the NAS because of the limitation of drivers.
No, but the question is, can I pass through the USB device itself, like in a virtual machine, like in VirtualBox? I can pass through the USB device itself, not the high-level device, the USB.
I have not tried it, but I think it should be possible. It should be. You have to do some tweaking. It's not very direct, like so simple by clicking through.
Okay.
That I'm very sure. David. Hang on.
Just a short question, please, because we are very short.
Okay, got last 2 questions. I got to let you guys go, okay?
Yeah, sure. Actually, have you tried the power virtualization for the network interface to reduce the CPU overhead?
No, I have not. I haven't got the opportunity to do it.
Yeah, I tried it on a Lin node with CHR, and it like works good. So it might be an advantage.
Yes, it's fine. I can say that it's fine because in my test environment, I didn't really have much data to say to pass through.
Thank you.
David,
Just
last question.
Please tell me the biggest advantage of installing the CHR on a NAS technology, because with the real router, it has optimized hardware for example, routing process. I can install it on server, so I can use that server in multi-purpose.
Right, okay, so one of the extra advantages is nowadays NAS has actually progressed from being a network attached storage to become like a network application storage. So you can actually run multiple different applications on the NAS itself, okay? Because basically there's a lot of free applications given within the NAS. Besides Synology, there's all the other few brands in the world, okay? They all provide free applications for you to run, and by running the router OS, okay, it actually frees us to have multiple router OS running within one box. So I can just manage through one single box, okay? And at the same time for the NAS, I can even run it on HA mode, so I can actually have it on high availability, okay? Because what we can do is we can actually expand from the standard of a NAS box, okay, to provide extra services. So like I mentioned earlier, you got to try and expand to sell infrastructure as a service. So for example, right now there are people selling software as a service, okay? So you are installing a NAS and you can go out and look for customers and say that I can sell you infrastructure. Like I can sell you even load balancing functions and features. You get what I mean? Okay, we can explain more later, but I got to let the next presenter come on. We have a table outside, so if in case you have more questions, you can feel free to connect with us, and we can definitely give you more information. All right? David.
Yes, thank